Hello, my name is Jason O, and welcome to my episode recap for episode 6, Haikyuu second season. That episode is titled Tempo. And so we don't really get a resolution to Hinata and Kageyama's fights. They don't really talk it out. They don't really have a heart-to-heart conversation with each other. But still, Hinata and Kageyama do train very hard for the next Tokyo practice matches. Hinata learned a lot from Coach's grandfather in Karasuno's Ukai. Kageyama, he learns a lot from Oikawa, pretty much teaching him the philosophy of what he should be doing as a setter, and how Hinata is the one with the leadership and the attack, not him, and how Kageyama still hasn't really gotten over him as the Tyrant King back in his old days, and so Kageyama has to really go soul-searching and learn a lot more moves to help Hinata out as best he can, while Hinata is trying to help himself out as best as he can as well, learning the 3 tempos from Coach Ukai when he was practicing with him and a bunch of other random people. That is where they go after Hinata asks the coach to help him practice, find a different method to practice at least. He goes to his grandfather, who teaches like little kids volleyball, tricks and stuff like that. There, he teaches him a lot more about the 3 tempos, how, when you take your run, it's different ways you jump and faster ways to take the spike. And Hinata learned a lot about that, how the Wiro quick is the first tempo, and that's why it's so effective, and that's what the coach kind of learns as well. He thought it was some ridiculous magical thing, even though it was basic volleyball things, as he does learn from his grandfather, just relearns as well, because his grandfather kind of just beats him around a little bit, calls him a weakling, how inefficient of a coach he actually is because he didn't learn all this stuff right away. He kind of just let things go the flow as everyone else wanted as well, and so the coach didn't really take authority of how things should be done, and so that's why his grandfather just beats him around all the time. While Kageyama, he runs into Oikawa at a school or something like that, and I don't know why he was there. I guess he was invited for some strange reason, I guess. I'm not really sure why he was there. Maybe he thought Oikawa was going to be there from somebody that told him that, but he does run into Oikawa very surprisingly, so that's why I don't think that's the latter of the case. I'm very curious why he was there, but still, he was there anyway. He runs into Oikawa, who is like hanging out with his nephew, and that's when Kageyama begs him for advice. He bows his head multiple times to get his attention, and Oikawa does take a picture with Kageyama in that stance, but however the picture is blurry, so he doesn't really get the profile pic he actually wanted. But still, Oikawa does tell him that Hinata is the one with the leadership and the attack, not him. It's all about Hinata, and he's just delivering the ball for him so he can be the star. It's not really about Kageyama as the setter, and that's what we kind of saw in the Alba Joysai and the Karasuno match, where Oikawa was setting up all his other teammates to be successful, and that's really the secrets to why they beat Karasuno. Kageyama was still, thinking he was the star of the show, and especially Hinata has so much respect for Kageyama, does not really authorize himself as the leader of the attack because he is very inexperienced. He's just saying whoosh, oh, that, boom, all that stuff. He's not really understanding the techniques and the formal terms of volleyball. He just knows he has to jump really high and hit the ball really hard, and so both characters are learning very much. Hinata being inexperienced, learning more about technique and the formal terms. Kageyama sort of being humiliated a little bit, learning a little bit more humility in himself to take the step down a little bit so Hinata can surpass himself and really grow as a player. And the best way for him to do that is when the coach, he learns what Hinata should do and what Kageyama should do to help him out. And he suggests that Kageyama pretty much set the ball so that it stops mid-air, pretty much allowing enough backspin so that it can stay one place for Hinata to jump at its highest point to hit it. Before, when he was hitting it, we saw that every time he hit it and he missed, that was because the ball was going in a direction so the spiker could hit it, and he's trying to get it to stop at one point, and that's why having all the water bottles. Yachi was helping him out too to practice, and Sensei was helping out to practice as well, and so Kageyama, that was what he was practicing. We said the other guys are practicing different moves as well. Asashi, he's working on his jump serve because Kageyama is the only one who can do that, and he's hoping that if he can work on it as well, it provides more of a support for the team, because Asashi, of course, he's the ace, but that's kind of all he can do. He's not really efficient anywhere else, and so Nishinoya is also also working on tosses for sets for his teammates because he saw what the Aoba Josai libero can do. You know, there's a rule in volleyball that there's a line where the libero cannot touch the ball, but if you jump before it, like the Aoba Josai player did and set it, you can really help your teammates out as well. So Nishinoya is trying to improve his game as well. Of course, he's a great receiver as the libero, but still he needs to work on some other moves to help across, as well. You also see that the other guys are working on synchronized attacks. They saw a tape from Brazil. They also saw some of the other guys in Tokyo were working on synchronized attacks as well, and so they're trying to get a rhythm going together as one. And very interestingly, we see Yamaguchi. He's working on his special serve with Shimada, continuing to work on that, because the last time he did that, it was not really a best results for him, really embarrassed himself, but still that really motivated him. That's really the point of that. And the only real question is, what's Tsukishima doing? He's just walking, typical walking from school and from practice, but still he's not really working with the other guys. He's not working with, the senpais. He's not working with anyone else on the team. And so I'm very curious what he's doing. Maybe he'll get called out on that for a lack of development, maybe. And so I'm very curious what Tsukishima's sort of backstory and story here with the guys working hard to improve, except for Tsukishima. But the practice matches are going to be underway. We're going back to Tokyo to take on Nekoma and all the other guys over there, all the other talented teams and players from Tokyo. And so very interested to see what happens, whether it will be a quick improvement for our Kurasano players or will it be a slow improvement. Has Hinata mastered his special, tempo techniques and his way of jumping to the highest points, hitting any type of set, or will it be a slow run if he and Kageyama cannot get along, because they haven't really talked it out with each other after they fought. And so very curious whether we'll see that or not. And so for rating, giving this episode a 7.5 out of 10, mostly just build up for what's going to come up next. It's very interesting to see Hinata and Kageyama not talk to each other, but they're still improving each other individually. And so very curious of that. I do like how everyone else is working hard as well, and even Yachi's involved with helping out each other practice. Even everyone else is helping out as best as they can. So very curious what happens next. What are your thoughts and opinions on this episode? Put all those in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to rate this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, don't forget to share this video. It really helps me out. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching my episode recap for episode 6 of Haikyuu second season. That episode was titled Tempo. Hope you guys have a nice day. Bye bye.